everyone, and it is good, very early morning actually, because it is 4 o'clock my time, and that is because I'm getting ready to travel. I literally need to be at the airport in like 40 minutes, so I'm quickly recording videos, not only for today, so Friday, but also for next Monday and next Wednesday, because I won't be back until next Thursday. And you guys already know I don't like to, well, if you don't know, I don't like to record videos while I'm traveling, because I just feel like I'm more focused here, and when I'm traveling, like, I have to find a place to set up, and it just becomes more of a thing than it needs to be. So I'm recording all of them. So you're gonna see me in this same outfit with this same background, the same hairstyle, all of that 3 times. So today, next Monday, and next Wednesday, but I'll be back next Friday with a fresh face for you. So one thing before I get into today's video, because it's just becoming an ever so popular topic. If you're in an area that is affected by the coronavirus, please be safe. And I don't mean that by staying in the house, by saying to stay in the house all day, every day. I mean that by just taking the necessary precautions. So taking your vitamins and your supplements, eating healthy, washing your hands, okay? Using hand sanitizer, doing, coughing in your sleeve, not in your hand. So, or in your elbow, not in your hand. So just the normal things that you should be doing. My sister's alarm clock is going off, so I'm sorry if you can hear that, but let's get right into today's video. So as always, God is blessing us. He's always going to be blessing us. This week, or today, we are wrapping up this week, which was to be mentally healthy. This week we talked all about mental health, and thank you so much for anyone who has watched these videos and either has been able to relate or has given me feedback, because again, I was very nervous kind of about sharing information about mental health, because I feel like I'm still getting my feet wet in mental health. But again, I just really wanted to bring awareness to the topic. So again, also because I have to be at the airport soon, I'm not going to be talking as long as I normally talk. So I'm sorry if I rush anything. But now that we have identified signs and symptoms of mental health, or what it looks like when you're not as mentally healthy as you should be, now we should also realize that our mind needs some TLC, okay? Some good old tender loving care. So what are some ways that we could pay more attention to our mental health, that we can pay more attention to our mind? And again, I said it before and I'll say it again, like, I feel like we spend a lot of time focusing on our physical health, that we don't necessarily focus on our mental health. So what are some ways, even if you don't suffer from a diagnosed mental illness, like I don't suffer from a diagnosed mental illness. I don't have to take medications for it or anything like that, thank God. But there's still some things that I do personally to make sure that I don't burn myself out to the fact that I need to seek medical attention in order to help to cure a mental illness that I'm going through. So again, this is not just for the people that are dealing with mental issues, but also for people who just want to live a more mentally healthy life. So what are some things that we can do? I've identified a couple. So yeah, first thing you can do is pray. Okay, I can't say it enough. Prayer is probably one of the biggest instruments in my life that I can use, not just to make sure that I have a mentally healthy life, but just a healthy life overall. So praying is number one. Number two, I really did try to get away from this, guys, but living in your purpose will help you live a mentally healthy life. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, sis, you're reaching. Like every week you're going to talk about purpose. Okay. But I'm serious, because once you have identified your purpose and you're working every day of your life to accomplish your purpose, it honestly eases a lot of stress off of your mind, like, of what am I going to do in 5 years? How am I going to make money? How am I going to do this, and this? And I feel like once you have identified what your purpose is, no, not all of the plans may be laid out in front of you as to how you're going to make money, how you're going to do this, how you're going to do that, but you can have peace of mind knowing that I have something figured out. Okay, so I try not to get it in there, but it's snuck in there anyway. Clearly it's important, and I can't promise that I won't talk about it every single week, but I can promise you that it will relate. So making sure that you're living in your purpose. And then last month we talked about rest, making sure that you're getting adequate rest. Like that is just, that goes without saying. And again, rest doesn't just look like sleeping, okay? So that is a form of rest, but rest also could be turning off the television and just, you know, just not thinking about, you know, work, or not thinking about your family, or not thinking about your job or anything like that, but just letting your mind be at ease for once. If you happen to fall asleep, which I don't blame you, because I probably would fall asleep. That's not a bad thing either, but just honestly just allowing your mind to rid itself of things that it doesn't need to be in your mind, and thinking of good things, okay? Thinking of things that are pure and holy and righteous. And that is a Bible verse, and I can't remember what the Bible verse is, but think on those things. You can Google it later. And then the last thing I have are the verbal affirmations. So, you know, this week or this month, we as a part of our goal to be healthy, we're doing the 30 Days of Healthy Challenge, which I hope everyone is doing well on that, which includes verbal affirmations or just journaling. To me, stuff like that, like just doing a brain dump at the end of the day, obviously dumps the stuff off of your brain onto paper. You'll be able to rest better. But also verbal affirmations, to me, sometimes it helps me when I tell myself how good I am. And that sounds funny, but it helps me, it helps my mind, it helps to build my health in more than one way. If I'm looking at myself, or I write down myself like, hey, Ashley, you are strong. You are mentally strong. You are an overcomer. You are this, you are that. Instead of hearing negative things or thinking negative things about myself, I'm constantly filling my mind, filling my ears, filling my thoughts with positive things. So those positive affirmations, I hope you guys have been doing those, because honestly, they do work, at least that I found. But bottom line is, the enemy would love to see you defeated. Okay, that's just that on that. Okay, he would love to see you defeated, and if he can continue to affect your mind, or get into your mind that you're not enough, then he almost has you where he wants you. Good thing is, the battle is not just knowing, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget what I was saying, but the battle is not, half the battle is knowing that you won't be defeated, which is in your mind. The other half is actually doing something about it. So even though we're doing these verbal affirmations, even though we're saying we're going to live mentally healthy lives, even though we know in our mind we're going to do this, that's just half the battle. The other half of the battle is actually getting up and making sure that you are actively living out what you think of yourself positively, the positive things that you think about yourself. You're actively living out your purpose. So don't let the enemy get in your mind and distract you or distort the greatness that you're supposed to accomplish, because you are supposed to accomplish something great. It's just up to you to be able to think on good things, think on positive things, and then be able to accomplish those things. So yes, that is the video for today and the end of this week. So I will talk to you guys again on Monday, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. See you guys soon. Bye.